You're listening to REI USA Podcast, your prime resource for genuine real estate growth. If you want to jumpstart your real estate career, whether in active or passive investing, this is the right show for you. Join professional home renovator Stacy as she talks to REI USA teachers and expert investors willing to share their tips and tricks to get started in investing, sharing actionable advice in every area of real estate, all while putting legality, habitability, and safety above everything else. Combine their unparalleled advice with your strong drive for success, and that incredible real estate fortune will be yours. Now, here's your host, Stacy.
Ten ways to 10x your business to achieve the legacy you want. That is the topic of the session. Let's see how we can 10x our business. We've already talked about who I am. You guys know that I've been investing for 10 years. But the truth of the matter is that when I ask myself, who am I, right? There's a couple of things that come to mind. And I want you guys as well, too, to let me know in the chat who you are, right? And basically the point is that whatever you say after the words I am is really who you become, right? And I think about this all the time. So for me personally, as Stacy Rossetti, I am a connector, right? I love putting people together, and I'm definitely a connector. Obviously, you can see that through REI USA. The whole purpose of REI USA is to connect you with investors across the country that have the same kind of vision that I have. That essentially, when you get to a point in your life where you've done what you've needed to do, or you've done a lot of what you needed to do, serving others is very important to us. And I hope that you can see as you go into the live sessions and you go through this weekend that the teachers of REI USA are really here to serve you, and they are awesome and amazing at it. And so my job is to connect you with teachers that believe in this. All right. And I'm not only just a connector through REI USA, I'm a connector essentially in life, and I've been that way. So I like to say that I'm a connector. I'm always connecting people. Generous. I am generous, right? And I feel that I give a lot of my time. Christy was talking about this in her session too, as well. She's the type of person that likes to help others. And I feel I'm the same way as well. I love being able to help people, answer your problems, show you which direction to be going on. And I'm here to help you on your journey. And in fact, you will hear this over and over again, because this is my motto, right? I'm here to help you on your journey. So I am generous. And I'm a facilitator. All right. I'm a facilitator. I love doing things like this. All right. I love leading communities. That's what I love to do. And I've always been community oriented. Even back years and years and years ago, I've always had some sort of a community that I've run. Even before South Atlanta REI, even before when I lived on Long Island, I had like a social community that I did. I'm just very community oriented. I actually worked in the wind turbine business for a long time and built wind turbines. And that's also that's a certain type of community. It's a community that loves wind energy. So I've always been community oriented, and community orient. When you manage a community, essentially that just means that you're a facilitator. And that's what I am. I'm a facilitator. I love managing communities and connecting people within those communities. And then finally, I'm a money magnet. All right. I am very, very good at raising money. And that stems from very early on. And actually, I didn't really know that until I became a real estate investor 10 years ago. And I was a part of a community, actually. So I learned how to invest in real estate through a community, just like this, and had coaches and people telling me what to do. And essentially one of my coaches, one of my coaches very early on, he basically said, Stacy, you're a money magnet. You're very good at raising money. People connect to you. And because of that, you're going to do very, very well. And when he told me that, when he told me I'm a money magnet, it really changed my life, right? Because I didn't really believe that. I didn't even know, and I didn't believe this at all, because I was the same type of people that you were. I was the one that was just like, how in the hell am I going to do this? I have no idea. I got to get out there and find money to do all these deals. How's that going to happen, right? And I got out there and started talking to people, and just trying to get people to, asking people if they would loan money to me. And I started getting really good at it. And then once I started believing in myself, and I truly started thinking over and over in my mind, like, I am a money magnet. You're right. I'm very good. I'm very good at raising money. And so what I want you guys to do is to really start putting this into your mind as well too, because the truth of the matter is that you are what you believe. And if you need to raise money to do deals, which we all do, then you should be telling yourself, I'm a money magnet. I'm a money magnet, because the universe listens, right? And the universe listens. Okay, so what I would like, so now that I've been through what I am, right? And these are the things that describe me. And notice I did not put, I am a real estate investor, because I'm not a real estate investor, right? I am a person that is here to just do the best I can. And real estate, honestly, is just a means to an end. That really is what it is. It's a product, right? So I don't want to be described as a real estate investor. I want to be described as a connector. I want to be generous. I want to be described as a facilitator and a money magnet. So my question to you, if you guys could please do me a favor and put into the chat, if you could describe who you are, what is the word? What are the words that would come after the word I am? Right? Let me know in the chat so I can see what you guys are thinking in your mind. And and just remember, whatever you say after I am is what you create, right? So if you say I'm broke, guess what? You can be broke. All right. If you say like, oh, I'm having a shitty day today, guess what? You're going to have a shitty day. All right. So go ahead in the chat and let me know. I want to see some people in the chat writing I am blank. All right. I am what? You have to be listening to me. Somebody's got to be out there listening to me. All right. I am blank. I would love to hear what you guys are thinking in the chat. All right. And as we do that, okay, good. I've got some people finally. Okay. I am a problem solver. Good. I am blessed. I love it. Good. Yes. Who else? Put some more. Everybody put one thing in there. I am what? I'm a problem solver. That's true. I love that. That's something that's also important. Let's see. A servant. I am a servant that helps others achieve their needs and wants. Perfect. I love that. Yes. Anybody else have any suggestions of I am? If you could say whatever you are afterwards. I am a facilitator. Yes, Christy, you're good. You're a community manager and a facilitator. Anyways, keep in mind, all right, go ahead and keep in mind whatever you say. This is the year in 2022. Whatever you say after the words I am is who you're going to become, right? And the reason I talk about this is because if you want to 10x your business, then you have to believe in the type of person that you want, that you are and that you want to become, right? Because really 10xing your business is nothing but mindset. That is it. Nothing but mindset. Okay. All right. Next. Okay. What is your legacy? All right. Everybody has to be thinking about what their legacy is. What is the purpose of getting into real estate and investing? Yeah. So my legacy, my legacy is actually not anything that has to do with me at all. Right. It has to do with my daughter. This is Lillian, and she's 5 years old. And my legacy is going to be the type of person that she grows up to become. That's what my legacy is going to be. And so I think about this all the time. What type of person is Lillian going to become? All right. And so what I wanted to show you is kind of what I put together. All right. So I really want her to be loving. All right. I want her to be empathetic. I want her to be generous. I want her to be altruistic. I also want her to be compassionate. And I want to know what her why is, because her why is my purpose, right? My why is making sure that Lillian's why is achieved. All right. So think about what your legacy is going to be. What is the purpose of you getting into real estate investing? I would love to hear what your purpose is. Why are you guys getting into real estate investing? And everybody always says freedom and time and money, but the truth of the matter is that there's an underlying, there's an underlying reason why you get into real estate investing. And you should really kind of just dig deep and try to figure that out, and I've really thought about that quite a lot. And really Lillian is my why, and making sure that she achieves her goals is my purpose. Okay. All right. Now we're going to get into the 10 ways to 10x your business. All right. The 10 ways to 10x your business. And this is all mindset. This is really mindset. I'm going to give you the 10 ways that I believe that the 10 reasons why I believe that I have been so successful in my real estate investing career. All right. And the first one is abundance. All right. I have an abundance mentality. There is enough to go around for everybody. There's no such thing as competition. And I hear it in the storage investing world all the time. Competition, who's your competition? Check out the prices. But the truth of the matter is there's definitely enough to go around. All right. There's definitely enough to go around. So keep that in mind. There's no such thing as a competition. Ask and you shall receive, right? I talked about this before. I'm a money magnet, all right? I have no qualms with asking people for money. And actually, I have no qualms with asking people to do anything for me. All right. I've learned very early on in this career is that if you do not ask for what you want, then you're not going to get it. All right. So if you need something, you need to ask for it, because otherwise, if you don't, that means that you become an island and then you're solving all your problems and doing everything yourself. So get into the mindset. There's nothing wrong to ask. And there's nothing wrong with asking for what you want. All right. There's nothing wrong with asking for what you want. Another thing I would like to suggest is it is all mindset. And this is a book. It's called Unfuck Yourself. Has anybody read this book? If you have, put it into the chat that you've read this book. If you haven't, I highly, highly recommend that you read this book. It's a very easy read and it doesn't take a long. And in fact, listening to on Audible is really good because the author reads it and he does a very good job at reading it. And it's a book about mindset. Essentially, it's all about, what you think you become. And you really have to unfuck yourself. That's basically it. That's what you got to do. Okay, another thing is to be resourceful. Be resourceful. I tell my students this all the time. The best investors are the most successful investors. The best investors are the most successful investors. What that means is that you need to be able to think outside the box, and you need to be able to pull 10,000 or 100,000 or 200,000 or 500,000 or $1 million out of your ass, right? You need to be able to find contractors. You need to be able, like Edwin said, solve problems, right? So in the real estate investing world, there is a lot of moving parts. And so you've got to be able to be creative, to solve problems, think outside the box, and pull money out of nowhere, and and be able to keep moving forward. right? And I tell this to my students all the time. It was the funniest thing too, is I was talking to one student and he was just like, he was just like, I really want to learn how to do this. He's like, but I can't find the money to learn, and I can't find the money to go out there and market, and I can't do this and I can't do this. And I just said, look, if you can't figure out how to do it, then how are you going to do it? That's how everybody does it. They figure out how to do it. So you need to become resourceful. You need to start thinking outside the box. And so he did. He started really thinking outside the box, and he started doing really well. I was just super proud of him. So yeah, so essentially be resourceful, right? You've got to think out of the box. This is not easy. All right. So let's try to think outside the box. All right. You also need to learn how to build credibility, and you need to be doing this at all costs, right? And all of these teachers here for REI USA, I mean, essentially one of the reasons they are teaching here is because they want to build this credibility, right? So getting out, how can you build credibility? You can utilize social media, right? And post out all the different things that you're doing, because what that does is that plants the seed. I call it planting the seed, and it gets people intrigued with what you're doing. So you want to be utilizing social media and online marketing nowadays. I mean, it's just how it is, right? Social media is the best way right now to build credibility. So if you're the type of person that you're going to need money to do the things that you want to do, start planting the seed and posting out everything that you do on social media. You got to get over, I don't want to be on social media, they're watching me or whatever it is, right? You got to get out there and post out what you're doing, because that is really the first step in planting the seed to find money, to find properties, to find contractors, and really to build the back end of your business. All right, so building credibility. What are you doing right now to build credibility? Is anybody doing anything? If you're doing anything, post it in the chat so I can see. I would love to hear what types of things that you're doing to build credibility. Cash flow. All right, so you have to be thinking about cash flow, all right, at all times. And when I talk about cash flow, I talk not only about like how to manage your business and have cash flow in your business, but and like buy rental properties and have cash flow. I'm talking about like, how many different ways are you making money? Gone are the days where you have only one way to make money. Gone are the days. If you're not making money in several different ways, like you heard from Christy, she's doing Airbnbs, and she's doing flips, and she's doing mobile homes, and she's renting, and she's arbitraging and all kinds of stuff like this, so you have to learn. And that's the one thing that I love about real estate investing, is that there are so many different ways to make money in real estate. So we have lots and lots of different ways that we make money, and I encourage you to figure out how you can make money. And a lot of people too. I talked to somebody yesterday. She wants to lend money to me, and she has a car dealership that she, like a used car dealership. She has an e-commerce business, and then she also does like passive income investing. And so she has it was like 3 or 4 or 5, I can't remember how many, but it was several different ways of making money. And this is how you have to think too. You can't just have one way of making money anymore. Okay. And community. Okay. So you already know that I'm all about community, right? So yeah. So you want to make sure that you're part of a community where you feel like, you can connect with people that understand what you're doing. Because a lot of people like me, like when I got started in real estate investing, everybody told me I was crazy. All right. But the good thing is that I was a part of a community where I felt like, I could fit in and people understood what my goals were. And that is really what you need. So make sure that you're surrounding yourself with the people that you can connect and collaborate with. And I appreciate you joining REI USA. I'm here. We're all here to help you to do that. And once you get in to start talking to all these teachers, and that's the one thing I love about everybody that teaches, is that we're all just regular people. We're not like super big, huge gurus and stuff like this, we're just regular people. So you can do exactly what Christy said and contact her on Facebook and, and talk to her and, and that's how all of these teachers are, Annie and everybody. So make sure you have some sort of a community where you can collaborate and connect. Another thing is that you have to learn how to delegate. All right. So like I said, you are not an island. And if you end up doing everything yourself, then you become an island. And the truth of the matter is that there's way too many parts for you to be doing everything anyways. All right. And a lot of people have a really hard time relinquishing control. My husband is also the same way. I say this all the time. He hates letting other people do stuff. And so he's really struggled with that over the couple of years. But I mean, when you have 11 storage facilities, you can't be doing all that yourself, right? So we're slowly growing our team. But I have no issues with delegating at all. I got a huge team and I delegate everything to everybody, and then I just like manage is what I do, and I get to just boss people around. That's what I'm good at, so that's kind of what I do. My husband is the opposite. Like, he wants to do everything himself. Like, I'll be like, hey, how do you do this? He'd be like, get out of the way, I'll just show you. So you need to get good at delegating. Relinquishing that control, because there are a lot of moving parts in this world. And also the truth is like, if you don't delegate, how are you going to be able to do multiple streams of income? You know what I'm saying? We were at the Tony Robbins conference, the Business Mastery Conference, over the last couple of weeks. I mean, this guy has like a gazillion businesses. I mean, all he does is just like, manage all his businesses. And he's very good at delegating and letting other people manage those. Okay. All right. Don't be greedy is the next one. Don't be greedy. All right. I've learned this over the hard way, because man, it is hard not to be greedy in this business. But because you just want to push the numbers on everything, but the truth of the matter is when you push the numbers, all you're doing a lot of times just biting yourself in the butt. And so you just need to sell and move on, or you need to especially with contractors, like there's always this like constant arguing with contractors. And so I say, like, just move on. If you start finding yourself having these feelings inside of like just like annoyance, or being like, oh, I'm pushing myself or whatever, then just I think don't be greedy and just move on. Less is more as well too. I always tell my students, not like Christy also does the same thing. I mean, she gets in there and does $30,000 rehabs on houses. And a lot of people think that you have to gut the whole thing and like start from the very beginning. But you don't really have to do that. People are okay, especially nowadays, people are okay with just like actually having a place to live and buying something that looks nice. So you don't have to be super customized on your flips and, and all this kind of stuff anymore. Less is more, and it's okay. Okay. Also, I'm always educating myself. You should always be educating yourself. And I've been doing this now for 10 years, and every year I've been in some sort of coaching program. I've always had mentors. And in everything that I do, if I find myself struggling to get something done or to know how to do it, I just hire somebody to tell me what to do. I just don't have time to be beating around the bush anymore. I just don't. Like, I got things to do. So just, if I can hire somebody to tell me what to do, that's what I'm doing, right? And that's where I hope that you are, and that's where I hope that where I hope you become. Is the truth of the matter is that you'll be able to scale up if you learn how to, learn how to delegate, and you are always educating yourself and have coaches and mentors. And that is the whole purpose of REI USA. Think of us as just like group, small group coaches, and, as we grow, year after year, it'll get bigger and bigger, but you guys are kind of in the running, because when you show up, there's only a handful of people at the session, and then you could ask whatever questions that you want. All right, so take advantage of that right now. Take advantage. Another thing is give back. All right, give back. All right, so that, like I said, that's the purpose of REI USA. We're all here to give back, but be generous and give back, because the more that you give, obviously, the more that you receive. So, think about the ways that you can do that, because I've learned over the years, the more I serve, the more people I serve, the more I get in return. All right. And so that I hope resonates with you. The more that you serve, the more you're going to get back. Okay. Be generous. Have goals. All right. Always have goals. And you want to always, and when I say goals, I talk about like, whatever, it doesn't have to be our real estate investing goals, right? So my goal is to travel to one new country a year and to build one new multiple stream of income a year. All right. Those are my goals. So I've been to over 40 countries, and we have at least 15 different ways that we make money. And that's just us adding new streams of income every year, and taking vacations and spending time with our family. And so whatever your goals are, it doesn't matter what it is, have something, and have one or two like major goals, that you can work towards, because real estate is a product, and it's a product for a means to the end, like I said. So nobody goes in and says, oh, I want to rehab homes, forever for the rest of my life. No, like essentially, like I want to rehab homes so I can do this, right? And those are your goals, right? And that question is, what is your why? I would love to hear your why in the chat. Let me know what is your why? Why are you here? Why are you learning how to invest in real estate? What's your end goal? What's your end game? We travel, we live in an RV and travel. We'll do that as long as we possibly can until until Lillian gets bored, we get bored. And then we'll settle down and figure out what our next thing is, but we definitely will always be traveling, and we'll always be adding new streams of income. Keep it simple. All right. And then keep it simple, right? So you don't want to make things so complicated. The more complicated it is, then the most likely you're not going to do it. Right. So we want to keep things as simple as possible. Don't overdo it. All right. So in terms of like real estate investing, just, make your processes as simple as possible. Make your systems as simple as possible. So I put systems in here as well too. So be systematized, be organized. All right. And all the teachers that you hear today, all the investors that you hear today, they all are systematized, and they're all organized. And you want to be able to systematize everything internally. So I'm talking about internally in your company. The more systematized and organized you are, the more likely you'll become more successful in your business. All right. So keep that in mind as well too. And I say also go electronic. So I said, we are completely virtual. We run all of our businesses from our RV. All right. And you could totally do this. Because we are in a virtual world now. All right. So you might as well take advantage of it. Be as electronic as you possibly can. Now, if you're a rehabber and you're rehabbing homes, you should be able to manage everything from your phone, right? As you're out and about, right? You don't want to have to come back and sit down at your desk. Now, of course, some people do, but essentially you want to be as electronic as you possibly can, right? The world is cloud-based. I remember back in the day when people were talking about the cloud, I was like, what the hell is the cloud? And now it's like everything is in the cloud. It's awesome. All right. Okay. And then also be cookie cutter. everybody that you're talking to, that you're going to hear today, everybody is cookie cutter. All of us are all cookie cutter. All that means is that we've got systems in place so that we can do more than one deal at a time, right? And, so you need to be as cookie cutter as you possibly can in rehabs and your landlording and your Airbnbs, whatever you're doing. That is, so systems equal being cookie cutter. So how do I 10x my business? These are all the ways that I believe, let me go back. These are all the ways that I believe that I have 10x'd my business. These are the reasons why I've been so successful. I have an abundance mentality. I'm not afraid to ask for what I want. I am very good at delegating. I am very good at building credibility. I have systems in my business so that I don't have to be anywhere near my storage facilities. In fact, all my storage facilities are in Georgia and Florida, and we're in New York right now in the middle of a blizzard. All right, that's systems. Surround yourself in a community that's going to accept you, hold you accountable, and be a family. And then educate yourself. Always be educating yourself. Learn how to become resourceful. Learn how to find the things that you need when you need them, whatever that is. Don't be greedy, right? Don't push the numbers. You don't need to do that. Just keep it real, like Christy says, and keep moving forward. Keep it simple. Don't make things so complicated, right? It's really not that complicated. Cash flow. Always be adding multiple streams of income. Always be thinking about your cash flow, right? How are you managing your money? If you don't know your numbers, then you're not going to become successful. Give back, right? Always give back, all right? Serve others. Try to figure out how you can give back. Have goals. Try to figure out what your why is, and then what is the end game. And then also create that legacy, right? Create your legacy so that you can, you can pass it on to your family, or you can have that legacy that you've been thinking about. So what is your legacy? So these are my 10 ways that I 10x your business. And I would love, since this presentation is over, of all of these here, which of these kind of resonated with you the most? All right, which of these do you say, you know what, I really do need to work on this one and this one? Can you put that in the chat for me? Put into the chat of all of these here, which of these resonated with you the most? I would love to hear that.
Thank you for listening to this episode of REI USA. Let these golden pieces of advice clear your path towards thriving real estate success and start making those amazing financial opportunities work for you. If you liked this episode and want to get more of these valuable secrets, be sure to subscribe to the show at www.rei-usa.com. Leave a rating too and share with your friends. Until next time.